Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to the Honorable Mr. Yusuf Supriyono, SPD MPD, as the lecturer of Additional Language Development course, and also to all my beloved friends. First of all, let us thanks to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, because of His blessing we can attend today's meeting with a good condition. And also we would like to say thank you to Mr. Yusuf because have the opportunity for us make a presentation today. And I'm Vina Destriana as the moderator from this from 11 group, which is consists of Fridayanti Aulianur and also Nurul Hilmi. And for our material today, we will discuss about trends in development and educational themes. And for today, a presentation will divide into three stations. First is opening, second is deliver the material, and third or the last session is closing. So let's open our today presentation with saying basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And let's move to another session as deliver the material. And for the first material will deliver by me. So for the first topic is talking about trends of development, and trends of development is have two categories. First, variation in development, and the second is development change. For variation in development, as you can see from the screen, there are quotations from Menuk 1995. He said that variation in development is a shared ability, but children with a developmental problem can benefit from specific language. And on the screen also there are examples from this definition. The example is deaf children acquire a spoken language supported by hearing aids, and also while cerebral palsy children use an alternative communication system like a gesture and a writing communication and other. So, variation in development is come from the variety of problem that faced by children. However, differences in learning abilities between native speaker of English and bilingual children can be due to how they go about learning language. And this from these differences are due to their experience but in the home and at school. In the case of classroom with children who speak different language, collaboration with the universities can provide students a system from students who speak other language, and this can be part of the teacher preparation. And the second one is about development chain. As you can see in the screen about development chain, so in the developmental stage, development chain is Carmilov and Smith 2013. Developmental chain is the chain. So in the developmental stage, development chain is Carmilov and Smith 2013. Developmental change is the process of change that occurs in human beings through development, gene expression, brain function, cognitive process, behavior, and environmental factor all involve multiple cross-level, interactional, and all are characteristic by dynamic development change over the time. So, in fact, first graders are very different from other what they know about language and how they learn about it. But there are universal in development that occur as the major development stage affect both this aspect of language that can be acquired and and the way the child or students goes about learning them. So, Thus, on observation and standard tests can provide evidence of children's ability to carry out the task, and level of education strongly influence the readiness for such a challenge task. Maybe that's all from me for my from trends of development. Maybe we can get the knowledge from my explanation. And for the next material will deliver by Nurul Hilmi. To Nurul Hilmi, time is yours.
And thank you for the moderator have given me the time. So now I will explain about the role of language development in learning in all areas. We know that the role language development in learning in all areas is important, including mathematics, social studies, and science. Reading and writing are highly dependent on language knowledge, and oral language knowledge gives students the way to access what can be found in the written text. Language teachers can be helpful to the other teachers and students, and all content area lessons should include language objective that will advance second language learners' language development. Next, there is the role of language development in learning. The role of language. And next, there is the role of language development in social development and academic performance. Language here acts as a tool needed to understand what teachers are saying in all academic fields. Okay, for the role, there are three. The first one is early childhood development. As we know, childhood is start from baby. Babies learn about taking turns and important aspect of communication. And furthermore, babies are given the feedback on how they should interact with the others. How or the parents can uh, learn about good manners, teach about good manners. And also, there is bilingual babies and toddlers learn which language is spoken with whom. And then, going to be children, children learn about rules for taking turns in various situations. These rules help children to get along with the other people in their environment and make friends. And the second one is self expression. In any field, anywhere, this language is used for self-expression, whether it's as a medium to decode, understand the meaning of words and sentences, and also understand the structure of various kinds of text in each field. And the third and the last one is developing the relationship. Maybe it is clear that this language can be a bridge between one to the another. In this context, it might foster a social sense in individuals. This is also a bridge to gain some knowledges. Maybe enough for me. I give it back to the moderator.
Alright, thank you Nurul for your great explanation. And now we're going to next material, and the material will be delivered by Fridayanti Aulianur. To Frida, time is yours.
Thank you to the moderator for giving me the time. So here, first let me introduce myself. My name is Fridayanti Aulianur and my NPM is 202122101. I'm here. I will explain the next material about the role of the curriculum and the role of the teacher. So the first is the role of the curriculum. Planning for language teaching during different periods must keep two aspects of development in mind. Some of the main causes of variation experience and children's language experiences before they enter school that can prepare them to vary degrees for what they will encounter in the classroom. And the second is the difference in their innate ability to learn. Differences among experiences that can cause variation among normally developing children are variation in the home environment. The use of language and literacy in some homes is more in line with the way of schooling than in others, giving some children an advantage. While family culture and upbringing influence this conformity to school values and expectations. And then socioeconomic status is known to play a major role in this preparation for school. But environmental factors other than SES can influence children's experience at home and their readiness to learn. These factors are attitudes in the culture about what is the role of the school or home in educating children. So school readiness for children with different experiences must exist. Schools can involve children in activities they have never done before. This learning is not only through books, but also through activities that include films that provide information about the world, and various other cultural events such as theater, dance, concert, and museum visits. This type of experience positively influences bilingual learners regardless of the language in which the experience takes place. And schools can also provide families in discussion about how family members can involve children in these activities. Schools should complement what families do and not to try to overall family practices in order to improve school practices. And then schools should also value family efforts to maintain heritage languages. We have discussed delays in language development, which are the result of various innate differences between children that are not immediately apparent in infancy, and these are children with moderate hearing loss, IDD, dyslexia, and language learning disorders, possibly with condition accompanying attention deficit or hyperactivity disorder. These children are in various states of readiness to do the academic tasks assigned to them by the curriculum. So, if the teacher challenge is diversity of experience among children and not a matter of language development, the curriculum must be flexible enough to accommodate these differences in readiness. If children are more or less prepared to undertake the academic work planned for a particular age and grade period, like special activities allowing for a catch-up period must be planned for them. Alright, so the next is the role of the teacher. The special teacher in the early grades or the teacher in the late grades a child has plays the most important role in a child's educational life. Their expertise is in several ways very important to the company. They should have knowledge of a child's development over different periods and how this development can influence what they can learn and how they can learn it. And they should know about individual variations among children in their class or classroom. They must have knowledge of the subject matter they teach. They must have knowledge of how to teach in general and how to teach specific body of knowledge. And then they should know about second language acquisition. Yeah, that's a huge body of information that every teacher should have available. And earlier we talked about the teacher as challenger and guide. What the teacher often offers children must be challenging enough for additional learning to take place. However, the teacher also needs to act as a guide to the way in which this new learning can be achieved. For L2 learners, new learning includes various aspects of the English language, as well as cultural knowledge of the host society. For example, we have shown a number of examples where teacher can model how language tasks might be carried out. And the teacher can also provide a step-by-step outline of what must be done to complete the assignment. And the amount of challenge given and the amount of guidance required must, obviously, vary given the learning abilities of the various learners. This variability can be provided in various ways. Among the possibilities for doing this are various grouping of students in class and the use of teaching aids and prospective university teachers. For bilingual learners, the teacher must function as a cultural intermediary, facilitating the process of understanding text and context. Teachers from the children's ethnic group or bilingual teachers can help in the relationship between school and home. And they also support students in their teenage years when cultural conflicts within the family escalate. And yeah, optimal language and literacy development in the language of instruction is the desired result. This development depends on the internal characteristic of the child and the instruction and support of the family, and children and family greatly influence school success. However, educators can have a significant impact. This impact depends on their expectation. And yeah, this impact depends on their expectation, teaching and assessment practice, and a willingness to help all children regardless of language and cultural background or individual ability to success. Alright, that's all from me. I will give it back to the moderator.
Alright, thank you, Frida, for your explanation about the material. And now we're going to move to another session, is a closing session. So here are the references from our group, and thank you so much for your participation today. I'm so sorry if we have a mistake for today presentation, and once more time I would like to say thank you and see you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.